Test your limits. What do I mean? Really, I guess just, in a sense, work yourself to the bone while you're in your youth. See how much you can handle, how much work you can make yourself do. And you want to do this now when you're young. Not when you're in your 40s and your 50s, not when you're middle-aged. And I do believe like in your 40s, 50s, that's middle-aged. If at least you're in the Western world. I mean, life expectancy is around 80, I think. So it's around there. So why do you want to do this? You do this so you can see how much you can handle. And once you know how much you can handle, you can then make yourself, essentially, you can ensure that you don't burn out as quickly. You can ensure that you are the most efficient. You can ensure that you are doing the most that you can handle over a long time. So it's like, here's your maximum capability. And the thing is, you can only be at this level for it's a limited time. It's like a month or two. It's like maximally. You don't want to be there. You want to be under there. You want to be at a level where you can still do a lot of work, but you can sustain it and pretty much never need to really deload. Never, yeah. You want to be there because being consistent is the most important thing. To the gym, to life, pretty much to everything. And there's also another aspect to testing your limits. You want to try things out when you're young, because when you're older, there's more things to lose. You need to actually think about your family, think about your income. There's so many more things to think about when you're older that just aren't there when you're young. So you want to try things out when you're young. You don't want to enter the business scene when you're 40. Do it now. You still have the exact same chances, but doing it now will ensure that you know what it's like. It will ensure that you did it at least. You tried. It's better than not trying. So, I've already given some pointers on pretty much how to test your limits. Most basic. Fill your days, weeks, months with things to do. You see that you have free time, okay. You pick something you want to do, and then you make it a task every single day to use that free time you have in order to pursue that task. Sounds simple. Hard in practice. The thing is, you don't ask yourself if you can fit more. You look at the goal, and then you assume that you're going to do it anyway. You make time for it. You do it first, before other things. And I'm sure this might develop into a failure, but you learn the most from failures. So do it anyway. It's a lot better to assume that you can do more than to assume you can do less. Because a lot of the time we psych ourselves out when we could actually be doing more. So do more. You can do more. I can do more. I know I can do more. And from this, accept greater responsibility. Accept responsibility for everything. And with responsibility, accept and seek out more opportunities. Look for more ways. That's what seeking responsibility is. So of course this is kind of a slippery slope. You can go on a loop and just continue adding more and more, and well, what point do you stop? What point do you stop? I like to think that in life you don't want to go broad. You want to truly narrow in on one or two things and specialize into it. You don't want to be a jack of all trades. Unless your entire point is to specify on being a jack of all trades. That can work. But you don't just want to be a jack of all trades. Master of none. You don't want that. Anyway, back to the question. What point do you want to stop? The point is individual. The point of this is to really know how much you can handle. Is to really dial in what amount of work is acceptable for me for a long time period. And if you really hammer yourself, you can probably last a couple months. But the thing is, by doing this, you challenge yourself and you adapt. You develop a greater work capacity. You develop the ability to essentially do more. You get better at handling the stress that comes with it. You get better at doing the tasks. You get better. Progressive overload. One rule of life. One rule of the gym that can be applied to life. Progressive overload. So, you only get one peak in life in terms of work capacity. That's when you're young. You can do the most and still feel tremendously alive. Utilize that peak. Use those years. Those years are valuable. Very valuable. The most common regret that people have on their deathbeds is not that we did certain things, but rather that we didn't do certain things. So minimize that regret. Do what you can do. Or at least test yourself.